It might sound rude, but it's a harsh reality. As long as you are preparing for the prelims level, you will not clear prelims level. Mains is much more intense, serious, deeper way of preparing for this examination called a civil service examination. If somebody prepares to the levels of mains examination, he can comfortably clear prelims examination. See, we are all blessed with abundance of natural talent, natural capabilities, natural potential, and this smartphone is stealing all the natural talent, all the natural capabilities we are blessed with. See, there is something called as cognitive bandwidth. Cognitive bandwidth means every day you wake up with fresh thoughts, fresh ideas.
To the guest of the day, Dr. Vivek sir, who have proven himself to be a successful candidate. He had undergone a similar procedure like yours. He also cleared his graduation, and you have also cleared your graduation. Yes or no? So on one level, you both are in the same direction. Clear? In the next levels to come, I want all of you to be a part of this stage. Clear? The distance seems less. చాలా తక్కువ ఉంది. కానీ ఈ చిన్న స్టేజ్ ఎక్కాలంటే దానికి కొన్ని గంటలు, కొన్ని నెలలు, కొన్ని సంవత్సరాల కృషి ఉంటుంది. It is a hard work and dedication and sacrifice of some hours and days, and I call years also, which makes you enter this stage. Clear all of you? So I welcome Vivek sir to please speak.
Good morning. So how do you prefer me to talk? English is fine, right? I believe for most of you. Yes, good. So first things first, let me congratulate you all, because you are considering, at least most of you are considering preparing for civil services examination. We are sitting in SR Nagar, I am aware of it, a place which is very popular for this software and other technology training institutions. That itself shows you guys would want to think different, isn't it? Having said this, I want you to be aware certain things about this so-called civil services examination. See, you guys belong to that generation wherein mediocrity or doing average stuff will not inspire you. I've been observing this out of interaction with my friends, or not just friends, out of interaction with my sisters, brothers, and in the family. You guys always want to do things which are challenging in nature. Mediocre stuff, average stuff will not inspire you for long. You get easily bored. I believe attention span of this generation, especially your generation, the so-called smartphone generation, is kind of less, wherein you always want challenging things to do. Let me share a few examples. Like a year ago, when I called up my friend, who is also my roommate, he's an IAS right now in Assam Meghalaya cadre. Usually he picks my call, but he did not pick my call for 2 consecutive days, and I received a call from him the 3rd day. When I asked him the reason why he could not call back, 48 straight hours, he is in rescue operation. There is a wildlife sanctuary called as Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary in Assam. Because of severe rainfall and a flooding event, the wildlife sanctuary got inundated, it got submerged. So he is in the rescue operation of both the tribals who are settled in that locality and also the wild animal rescue. So 48 straight hours he did not get back to home. And only after 48 hours he came to home, and he did not even have a proper lunch, proper dinner, proper sleep for 48 hours. And one more senior of my college, Dr. Himendranath IPS, right now he is posted in Kerala. I think he is now Superintendent of Police, Thrissur district. During COVID-19 pandemic, he himself got contracted with COVID-19, and he's on, though he did not go to that ventilator level, but he's on oxygen concentrator. With his oxygen concentrator, he went for field trip. So field surveys, just to monitor how things and how lockdowns are being implemented. Isn't it such an inspiring thing? And almost all the regional newspapers of Kerala has reported about his dedication, his commitment, and his orientation to, services to people. Likewise, even like when most of you guys must be chilling down in your lockdown, we don't have any holidays, or rather we were focusing on getting everybody from the office vaccinated, and many people in the offices, getting contracted with COVID-19 illness, so we have to take them to hospitals, get them appointments and get them admissions. So this is civil service examination for you. I don't say that civil service examination is about social prestige, civil service examination is about money, civil service examination is about power. Of course it has all these things. But more than that, it gives you a tremendous opportunity to add value to the society. I can very confidently claim there is no other service, at least in our country, which can do so much to the public or which can do so much to the people. And if you are one such individual who always have this, but I have to leave my mark, I have to create my own page in the annals of the history. In fact, nothing offers you a better opportunity than this civil services. Yes. Having said this, I also have to inform you this. There is something called as diversity in the job content. Diversity means, see, you belong to that generation where you are not inclined towards that 9 to 5 jobs. 9 to 5 jobs are kind of very boring, damn boring. And we all want to do diverse things in life. Diverse things means many things in life. Many in the sense, it's not like you are jack of all trades and master of none. I'll just give you a brief profile of a normal civil servant. In his course of service, he can be a project officer in an integrated tribal development area. He can be a district collector. He can be a joint secretary sitting and writing policies. He can be a special officer deputed to represent nation in some other country, to sit and negotiate on behalf of the country. So this is the kind of profile a civil servant enjoys. In fact, there is no other job or there is nothing in this country which gives you an opportunity to do these kind of varied or diversified things in the life. One individual, he can be sitting and framing policy on health. He can be sitting and trying to solve people's problems at the root level, like at the level of district. He can be sitting on a negotiating table and try to negotiate with ambassadors of other nations. So the diversity of the job content, which I know your generation likes a lot. You do not like those cliched 9 to 5 jobs wherein you keep doing the same thing throughout the life just for the sake of money. No. This is not such a service. This is a service which really and genuinely offers you this diversity in the job content. And also, one thing which I kind of wherever I've been invited to talk to interact with youth. Now the present society, we have a lot of negativity everywhere. People are good at talking about problem, and people would spend hours of time just discussing a problem, and each one of them have their own style, their own interpretation, their own understanding of the problem, and people are making businesses out of the problems, isn't it? You see all the news channels, all the YouTube channels or several media channels, everywhere there is a lot of negativity. Everywhere, there is a lot of people have mastered the art of presenting a problem in a different way, analyzing a problem in a different way. That problem can be anything. It can be a social problem, economic problem, political problem, or technology induced problem. Whatever problem is a problem. But as a society, I believe we are not focusing on solutions. That solution orientation or solution mindset, we are all gradually losing. You talk to any person, a layman, the first thing that will be there as part of their conversation is discussing about a problem. People are adept at discussing problem. It's easy to comment, right? Hyderabad has a lot of traffic. Hyderabad is becoming increasingly polluted. Let's say in rural Telangana region there is no power connection, or there is no. It's easy, right? Talking about a problem or saying that this problem exists, that problem exists, he is the reason for the problem, she is the reason for the problem, this government is the reason for the problem. Any damn can say that. It does not require any intellect. It does not require any commitment. It does not require any understanding. It does not require any sort of seriousness to talk about a problem. That is the reason majority of the people are just happy talking about the problems. But if there is any examination in this country which can instill this solution orientation or solution mindset among the students, that is civil service examination. Here we train you not to be somebody who is good at identifying the problem. We train you in such a way that you actively start seeking the solutions for the problems of the society. You will not be like that regular layman who will be just busy discussing about the problem. It requires a lot of consistency, lot of dedication, lot of knowledge, very demanding, and this is how we try to instill or inculcate this solution orientation or solution mindset in this examination process. So that is also the reason why civil service examination is it's a thing which can transform the personality of an individual. To make it a little more clear, I've seen students who come to us in the beginning of their civil services preparation. When they come, just like any other individual, they have a lot of stereotypes, a lot of prejudices, a lot of preconceived notions about everything. Means we all have these generalizations, right? That prejudices means, okay, he is like this, she is like this country is like this state is like this problem is like this. All of us are good at making these generalizations. And we all have this prejudicial mindset, or we all have this preconceived notions over things. But none of us actually tries to find solutions to those things. And yes, the course of this preparation will be such a transformative experience. I have seen students reforming themselves, and they come out as a much better equipped individual. They are not just clearing the examination, they are becoming a better individual, a better human. Isn't it? So this life transforming experience, if you really indulge systematically in the civil service preparation, that is what it is going to do to your life. And in the worst case scenario, I have not seen even a single serious aspirant, even if for some reason he could fail to clear civil service examination, they would have cleared at least 4 or 5 other examinations. All these different examinations which UPSC or state governments may be conducting. See, because the depth of this examination, it's not about mugging up things, or it's not about kind of rote learning of certain facts or memorizing and reproducing them on the paper. This is not such an examination. This examination is about expanding your intellectual horizon. This examination is about stimulating your thinking, taking out or bringing out that innovative and creative capabilities in you. When this happens, you are bound to become successful in life, isn't it? It's a mindset. According to me, civil services preparation is not just a regular competitive examination preparation. It's about reorienting your mindset so that you naturally become successful in your life. And the journey has begun for you now. So that's the beauty of this examination. And last thing which I want to talk in the context of civil service examination, we all want is job security, isn't it? Job security. Job security means we should have a job. As long as you are physically and mentally active, we all should have a job. And somehow, of course, now corporate sector is thriving. I should not give you a fake account that there is a lot of, inconsistency and lack of uncertainty in private sector. No, private sector also is doing very good. Country is performing really well. Economy is doing really well. There is a lot of demand for jobs in the private sector. Still, being a civil servant myself, I would like to claim that no other job in the country presently offers this level of job security, isn't it? Once you are a civil servant, you are a civil servant till you get retired. And even after you retire, if you are a person with reasonable levels of integrity, hard work, knowledge and consistency, you will definitely be rewarded even after your retirement. You will be given some sort of post-retirement postings. You will be called, become a member of a committee or something of that sort. So that's you all want to listen. So I just said it. Job security also is something very, very important for all of us, especially our parents expect from us this job security. and it's my responsibility also to assure you that the civil service examination also has this job security with it, right? So let me not boast so much about civil services, but yes, all the things which I have told you right now, I'm being very honest, and these are all my personal experiences, and with my practical exposure I have learned these things. This is not a prepared speech or something like that. So, and with this information on civil service examination, and I also heard that some of you have already started preparing for civil service preparation, and Shravan asked me to also mention few things on what actually to do so that you clear your examination in the very first attempt. That sounds really fascinating, clearing examination in the first attempt. And we all want to clear the examination in the first attempt, right? Isn't it? If you have come here, to clear this examination, and you have come here to become a civil servant. For that matter, it took me I got my service in my third attempt. First 2 attempts I could clear only prelims. I could not clear my mains level. I did not even get my interview call in the first 2 attempts. Only in the third attempt I got an interview call in the service. So, wanting to clear in the first attempt is very much good, but there are certain things you are supposed to do, or there are certain things which you are not supposed to do if you want to clear your examination in the first attempt. I'll give you some suggestions, few suggestions. Try to take them very seriously. If time permits, also try to take down some notes on it, because it's not that you may be listening to these things first time. You might have already heard these things many a times. Even if I tell you 3-4 things, if you really take those 3-4 things seriously and make them part of your preparation, I believe it should bring a big difference in your preparation. And then Swami Vivekananda says this, right? It's not about so many ideas rotten in the brain. Take 3-4 ideas or 5 ideas, make them part of your life, so much that you will tell yourself that I'll do these things and I'll repeatedly do these things, and that is bound to give success in the life. It's civil service preparation also all about this. Because see, I'll tell you, the moment you just type in YouTube channel how to prepare for civil service examination, you have thousands of videos, you have tens of people giving you advices, and with due respect, each one of them, let's say even me, what will I do? I will share my experiences. Somebody else will share their experiences. Every experience is valid. My ideas would have worked for me. Somebody else who has delivered that speech, that idea would have worked for him. So what I am trying to tell students is this: you guys should take suggestions from people like us, but you should not take so many suggestions that you end up getting confused. Somewhere at some point of time you have to have that self-belief. You're all adults. You believe in your capabilities. You believe in your potential. You respect yourself first. That self-dignity is most important. You should believe that I have enough autonomy to take a decision on my own. Like a dumb stuff, you should not depend on for small thing on everyone. You should have ability to think on our own. You should build that discernibility to make a good choice with the information you have at your disposal. Right? This is something very important I'm trying to, because at a point when we have started our preparation, we don't have this information overload. We have this information dearth. We used to run after people to get credible information. Now you guys don't have that problem. At a click of mouse, you have all the information available with you. But this is another problem. You do not know which is credible, which is not credible, what to follow, what not to. For that one simple thing I suggest, if you have trust someone and if you have come here, listen to them. Because you are paying them. And somebody who is running courses for you, they have their own experiences. They have things that would have worked for them. They have things that would have helped them or helped others to clear examination. So one biggest mistake most of the students do is this: they take coaching at coaching centers, they attend classes, they take down notes, but you know what they end up doing? After completion of the classes, they'll throw away the notes which they have taken down in the classes, and they'll be busy running after the materials of other institutions. This is something very practical, ma. I want you guys to know about this in the very beginning itself. Most of the students do this. You pay to someone, you go to their classes, You also attend the classes. Of course, in the middle you will be talking busy, this faculty is good, that faculty is bad. You will be busy judging about people. For me, faculty doesn't matter, because all of us, all the faculty more or less teach the same thing. We are not doing anything creative. We are given a kind of defined syllabus and all the faculty will deliver the same syllabus. In teaching capabilities, there might be slight differences between faculties, but more or less all the faculty does the same thing. So your responsibility is to stop all those judgments, sit in the class, take down the notes diligently, not skip classes at, for any reason, don't skip classes, and keep revising those notes. That is the first and foremost and very simple thing. See, whenever, I know this expectation from the student. Whenever somebody comes to deliver talk, you kind of expect us to speak some exotic things or something, which nobody has told you before. We can very much do that and it is easy, isn't it? But like Trivikram Srinivas, I have seen in one of the speech, he is saying this: all good things in life can be attained by doing simple things. You need not do extraordinary things to achieve success. Ordinary things done in a repeated and consistent manner are going to bring you success. You need not do any extraordinary things for you to gain success. Ordinary things, normal things done with extraordinary consistency, extraordinary discipline is going to help you clear the examination. Be very clear about it. Don't expect high sounding or very different kind of suggestions from us. No. It's all about this. Like my brother is in music director. Other day when he's on a phone call with Devi Sri Prasad, you must be aware, he's a popular music director, right? And like any other young music director, he kind of asked him, so how come you are able to deliver for the last 2 decades such good quality music? And the answer he has given was really surprising. He says, for the last 2 decades, every day, irrespective of the work I have, from morning 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, 6 hours, he'll sit and jam. Jamming means like group of musicians will sit together and they'll practice, composing tunes. Imagine somebody doing the same thing for the last 2 decades on daily basis for 6 hours. They are bound to get mastery, they are bound to get excellence in that. And civil services preparation is all about that. It's all about consistency. Don't think that you have to do some extraordinary stuff to clear this examination. No. Ordinary stuff done in a consistent manner over certain point of time or certain period of time is what is going to help you to clear this examination. See, not all the students who are clearing these examinations are IITians or NITians or doctors or chartered accountants or high-paying corporate professionals. Yes, we also have such people. But along with such people who come from very modest background, people who come from regular degree colleges, regular engineering colleges, these are the ones who are also clearing the examination. How? Because UPSC examination, it's not a game of intellect, it's a game of focus. It's a game of consistency. So whoever are consistent, whoever are focused, these are the ones clearing the examination. So what is the first point I try to make? Don't skip classes, attend classes regularly, take down notes of the class and revise the notes of the class. This is one fundamental you have to do. Second and simple and foremost thing is you have to read newspapers on consistently. Hundreds of people would have told you hundreds of times that you have to read papers on consistent basis. But most of the aspirants, I know what they do. For the first 2-3 months, initial josh that will be there, that excitement, they'll be reading. At some point of time, they'll come to this self-diagnosis that it is taking a lot of time, it is becoming difficult to read newspapers. They'll stop reading newspapers and they'll be busy running after some coaching institutions materials. Whereas every other topper or every other successful student in this examination would have told you that you should never stop the habit of reading newspapers if you have to clear this examination. But we still not do it. So second important point I am trying to tell is, be consistent when it comes to reading your newspapers. Don't lose that excitement. Isn't it? That initial 3-4 months when you come here, you will have that excitement, and that excitement is like effervescence. Very soon it will fizzle out and you will become your normal self, regular self. No. For that, keep yourself constantly motivated. Of course, here you have faculties and you have young directors you have here. So they are there to motivate you all the time. So whenever you feel you are low, you feel you are deviating, you feel you are less motivated, talk them. See, we are all sitting here to help people, isn't it? the problem in Hyderabad, I try to tell it this way. There are many serious mentors, there are many serious faculties, and even the directors are very serious about the success. The problem is in Hyderabad, we don't have serious students. Yeah, I know it might sound little rude for you, but still I can't lie. We are struggling to find serious aspirants from student community in Hyderabad, because most of them, they come to civil service preparation because their parents wish, or they would have seen some random UPSC interview and they would have got fascinated. No, it's not based on fascinations, or it's not based on somebody else's wishes. You have to be in this preparation. You have to be purely driven internally. Only when it is driven internally, that will help you to maintain the necessary discipline, necessary consistency to clear this examination. So again, to reinforce the second point, that is, keep reading newspapers consistently. Never ever skip reading newspapers, and take down some notes of newspapers. Third thing which I want to talk in this context is, we are all very bad at revisions. Revision is such a cliched word. We might have heard this word right from your class 2, class 3. Even my class 2, class 3 teacher has told me to revise. So what is so great? Somebody has claimed to clear civil service examination and standing before us, and he is telling us the same thing, revise. Because this is the only thing, according to me, very important to clear this examination. This civil service preparation, it is so enticing that every day you will come to know about new things. It's not that excitement to always read about new things, isn't it? For me, reading new things is as good as watching a YouTube video, as good as reading a random novel, scientific fiction novel to stimulate your, brain. That will not work. Listen very carefully, ma. Revision means reading things which you have read again in such a way that you go deeper into the subject, you go analytical, you scratch the surface and go into the real depths of the subject and try to understand the real connections, real meaning of the subject. That is the reason right from our childhood, from the student phase, when you are in the school phase, people tell us, keep revising, keep revising, keep revising. Revision is not for fun. Revision is not just to clear some random examination. No. It is only in the revision you will go to the real depth of the examination. Let's say you all have this fascination, right? Buying 10 books from the market, subscribing to different modules in the market, and end up reading everything, end up watching everything, but not getting anything. Why is this happening? This is happening because we are frittering our energies on so many things. Rather, we have to focus on certain things, and you have to go deeper into it. You have to analyze it in such a way that it actually helps you in the examination. So my sincere advice, start revisions at the earliest possible time. The more you start revision, the more you start enjoying revisions, the closer you are to the success in the examination. I am pretty sure anybody who is clearing this examination in the first attempt, one most essential quality he or she must be having is not being lethargic in their revisions, right? And one last thing I want to tell in this context, it would have been already told to you, but in Hyderabad, the reason why majority of the students fail to not clear the examination in the first attempt is, there is something called as answer writing, mains answer writing. And in the classes, we focus a lot on subject and all. So in Hyderabad, students are not struggling to clear prelims. Prelims phase, just now sir has told, prelims phase most of you are clearing. But after prelims phase, there is something called as mains phase of the examination. And we are all here not to clear prelims, we are here to clear the examination and get a good rank. Getting a good rank is impossible without mastering the art of answer writing. And with my experience of 7 years of being in the Hyderabad civil services market and interacting with thousands of students, I can tell this. Students of Hyderabad will start thinking about mains answer writing only after they clear their prelims. But as long as you are preparing yourself to the prelims level, you will never clear prelims also. It might sound rude, but it's a harsh reality. As long as you are preparing for the prelims level, you will not clear prelims level. Mains is much more intense, serious, deeper way of preparing for this examination called a civil service examination. If somebody prepares to the levels of mains examination, he can comfortably clear prelims examination. Just like sir has just told, if you prepare yourself to UPSC level, then all damn small examination in the country, you will clear it. One of my roommate, he could not clear UPSC, but he got RBI grade B, EPFO, one more exam, IB, almost all the exams he got. Of course, now he has left everything. He went back to software again, because even though he could not clear UPSC, still the same company from which he has come out has invited him back, and they are paying him 28 lakhs. Just 1 month he is unemployed. Later he got job. His civil service attempts are done. He immediately got a job, and he got many government jobs also. Because somebody who has prepared to the level of UPSC, for him clearing other examination is like a cakewalk. He just cleared it like that. He did not even prepare for those exams. He randomly went, wrote it, got a rank. That's it. Of course, now he left all of them. Now he's in software. That's a different thing. Anyways, what I am trying to say is this. Mains answer writing, I am not talking in depth about it, because in your regular sessions, your faculties and your institute management will be talking to you about that mains answer writing. Do not take it lightly. Take it very, very seriously right from the day one. Right from the day one, and start practicing it. It is one skill. I know now you may not be in a position to understand what is mains answer writing also, because you are very beginners into the preparation, but let that idea strongly sit in your mind. If your time permits today, try to watch a couple of videos on YouTube on mains answer writing in UPSC. Then at least you will get exposed to that idea, because even that idea is not there in your mind. If I talk about it, you will feel bored or you will feel disconnected. So my responsibility to seed strongly that idea in your mind, that if you have to clear, or if you want to clear this examination the very first attempt, you also have to focus a lot on mains answer writing. So you reach to that mains level. So if you reach to that mains level, then clearing of prelims should not be a big thing, right? And of course, when you clear mains, you will get an interview call. At interview stage, you are everybody's friend, because somebody who come to interview level, every other coaching center want to claim you. So they will call you for interviews, and because if you get a rank, they can publicize, right? So don't worry. Once you reach interview stage, you are wanted by everyone. But till you clear your mains, you have to be super focused. And before ending my speech, I want to end with this. I strongly believe, and with my personal experience of seeing my cousins and all who stay in my home to study, or who come to my home, your generation is a distracted lot. You are really distracted because of the smartphone. Such a dangerous thing it is. I was reading a couple of days ago on some news article on a website. It says this: an average youth sees his mobile 250 to 300 times a day and spends on an average 4.5 to 5 hours on daily basis on smartphone. Did you see how much amount of your time it is robbing? That is so dangerous, very dangerous. See, we are all blessed with abundance of natural talent, natural capabilities, natural potential, and this smartphone is stealing all the natural talent, all the natural capabilities we are blessed with. See, there is something called as cognitive bandwidth. Cognitive bandwidth means every day you wake up with fresh thoughts, fresh ideas, very positive, with lot of positivity. And what is the first thing all of us without exception do? Seeing the smartphone. It steals some amount of cognitive bandwidth. Then after half an hour, you will get some random notification. Then again, that will steal your cognitive bandwidth. Likewise, our energies are constantly depleted, and by end of the day, we are left with no energy. Sometimes by middle of the day itself, we are left with no energy. And what is the biggest dream killer according to me? The biggest dream killer for most of the serious aspirants also is this smartphone. So at the earliest possible, get rid of it. That is, throw it away. Buy a 1,000 rupees feature phone. Then the next doubt you may be having, we have to read a lot on internet. I am not stopping you to not read things from internet. Buy a tab or buy a laptop, isn't it? You are aiming for the toughest examination in the country. You have to invest this much, and don't be connected on only for classroom communication, classroom coordination purposes. You can have one something like a Telegram or some social media app which is less distracting and more user friendly for educational content. Uninstall those Instagram, Snapchats, WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever. Get rid of all those things. Tell yourself that I am not going to be active, or I am not going to be at all on any of this social media apps till I clear this examination. One, just for the coordination or communication purposes, whatever your institute prefers to, just remain on that one particular social media and get rid of all sorts of social media distraction. That itself is 50% taking you to the success. See, because I've been repeatedly saying the same thing, unless you focus, you can't achieve anything in your life. And this focus is spoiled by something called as smartphone. I know this will not sync with your understanding. Some of you may think, what damn, why should we even stop using smartphone? Is it practical? How impractical it is? I have to book my cab to home, I have to order my food, no, people have lived without all these things, right, in the past. So even if you plan carefully, you can also live without a smartphone. If you don't want to do it, you can tell 100 reasons, not why 100, you can tell 1,000 reasons not to do it, but find out the way to get rid of it very soon. That itself is like half success achieved. In fact, in one way, I'll tell you, it's more easy to get success in this particular time because people are more distracted. Somebody who is less distracted, they are comfortably clearing this examination. So you be, a step ahead in this so-called competition by being less distracted. That being less distracted will automatically take care of your focus or take care of your attention, right? So on this note, I would want to conclude my speech, and I have to thank Hyderabad IAS Academy for calling me to interact with you guys here, and I wish you all very, very best, and I hope that all of you get what you wanted, especially becoming an IAS or IPS, whatever you have as the goal in your life. Yeah, all the very best. Thank you.